What's up, YouTube? This is Sea-Dog, back with another review. This is Power Core Combiner Sledge with Throttler and Leadfoot with Pinpointer. As you can see, we don't really have much art on these, unlike the cool, bigger ones. But you do get some bio. There's Leadfoots. And here's Sledges. It was his deep loyalty to Megatron and his deeper dedication to destruction and the mayhem that won Sledge from the opportunity to upgrade his abilities through combination. His partner Throttler is a vile little creature, every bit as mean as Sledge. And Leadfoot gained fame among the Autobots as a first-class infiltrator. Combined with Pinpoint, he becomes invisible to the Decepticon sensors. His hyper-tuned engine gives him the speed he needs to be in and out of an enemy base before a single alarm can be tripped. And got a couple little things there, so right here and here are their stats. This is Sledges, this is Leadfoot's. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Unlike nowadays, the $10 toys came with instructions back then. Alright, starting off with Leadfoot first. This is the Autobot. This is Pinpoint right here. Check him out really quickly. He's kind of like a translucent yellow. They got articulation, ball jointed hips, hinged knees, and then ball jointed shoulders go out and forward. And that's about it. And you can also drop down these guns over the top of his shoulders like that. And he becomes a gun. These are target masters, basically. You just fold up his legs like this. And then the arms kind of just go like that. And then he can either, this one, he holds it like this. I'm not kidding. This is how stupid this holding system is. But the rest of them is pretty cool. Well, not that, but, you know, like that, basically. It's not that bad, but it kind of reminds me of something from G1 where they hold it from the inside of the arm. And he's a little bit fiddly, but he also has this flip down point right here. Let's see if I can get that out. It might be tough. There. And then you flip out this this peg. And then what you do is you get him to stand first. Is you put the guns forward, and these little pegs right here, they clip into these holes right there, if you can get it to clip, that is. But you just do your best, you know what I mean? And then he clips in the front. Whoops. He clips in the front like this. And this is supposedly his body armor. Something basically attuned to this. So anyways, let's remove this, flip this down. We'll give you a rundown. So he's got articulation, that'll go. Shoulders will go up pretty good. He's got front to back, bicep swivel. He's got hinged elbows. He's got a head swivel. And he's got dual hinged hips, and we got double jointed knees. Well, really single. Once you clip it in place, it's got about a little over 90. He's got feet that move up and down and heels that move up and down. So to transform him into race car mode, what you do first is you get these straightened down like this. And you take this and clip it here and flip it down like that on both sides. Flip up his shoulder pad like that. Then you start to pull these down like so. Then this part's cool. You flip up this, goes up over here, and there's a couple pegs and slots right there like that. And then this cool kind of jet pad looking thing turns into the wheels like that. And then you use kind of like a Combiner Wars, but different. As you pull these up, you pull the hinges all the way to the Combiner point. You clip these up like this and like this, all the way up, as far as it will go, and then they connect together. And then what you do is you're supposed to bring this back as far as it can go, clip this together. Same thing with this, and there's a little peg right there, or there's a peg right there and a slot right there, and those kind of slot together like it's hard to see from this angle. Whoops. Great. Like that. Same thing on this side, that peg and that slot. Then once you slot everything in, you can kind of get it to fix. So then you can push these in like that. Connect it together. You can push these to the back. And wow, he is not at all. There we go. And there you go. He rolls really good, and he's a good little race car mode. And it's pretty cool. Got the exhausts coming up here on the side, the pipes. You can pull these forward. He does clip in better. You can see how this side he clips in pretty good, and this side he's a little bit out. It just depends. But, you know, for the most part, that's it. And he's got a peg right here that will, you know, flip out for your buddy. So, 5mm point post right there. And another one right here. So, you got a couple different points. So, I guess this could ride like this. And become like a target master type deal. He's even got the engine right up there too. So that's basically kind of what we're dealing with here. Pretty cool though. Nice paint apps for the most part. Pretty cool. We got the hubcaps painted in. All the connector points are back here. Alright, so let's get them into combined mode. Flip this down, flip this back to the back. You just unpeg these where I had them pegged in, those peg slots, to get it started, like that. And you bring his legs back down, and clip them in, like that. Then you unseat this part, flip this to the back. Flip these like that, and this comes to the back like that. Then you take this and you revert it 180, and that becomes this combiner mode head. These go down, and you flip them up like this, flip it up like this, and you spin it 180 in. But the tricky part is it makes it look like it's easy. You do it on the swivel. Oh wait, first you gotta remove the pegs, these to go back to the hand motions. I think. Yeah, you do that. Then you can use the swivels. You want it to swivel this way, because you want those slots to go in these little pegs right here. But the way I found it, you're gonna have to angle things kind of like that. So it's a little bit tricky to explain, not too hard, but basically like that. And this all settles down like this. Then you pull this out and revert this down 180. And this is on like a weird swivel. As you can see, it's giving me a hard time. Like that. Pull these up, and there we go. And then you can just peg this all together, and we'll see how it comes out. And these will come out like this. I'm using the Decepticon. Of course he comes unpegged. Because why wouldn't he? And you can obviously see the kind of issues you'll have with these when you're trying to peg them in 2 feet ahead of you. But for the most part, oops, that's what he's going to look like. Let's get him standing up. Just everything. And there you go. He's got the swivels. He's got in and out. Front to back up here. And of course he's got knees. If he doesn't unattach like that, this is the only one that gives you really problems. But he's pretty cool. And now moving on to the Decepticon. Take a quick look at him real quick. Let's get some light on him. He's got a swivel head as well. This part kind of sits down there, right? And he's got the peg for that. And these peg into that part. And these seat in there like this. Alright. Alright, next up is Sledge with Throttler. Here's Throttler. He's just this translucent, and you can peg him in here like this if you want. And there's another configuration that you can work with too, but he's got ball jointed shoulders that go out. He's got the bicep swivel. He's got ball jointed elbows that will swivel as well. They'll go up and they will swivel. He's got this claw kind of contraption that will come down, part for transformation, part for a weapon in his robot mode. Oh, sorry about that. That wasn't his head. He's got a ball jointed head, looks up a little bit, looks side to side, no tilt or anything. He's got this saw that is in here. Doesn't really, it spins, but it doesn't spin like freely or anything. Dual hinged hips, lower thigh swivel right above the knee, and he's got a nice deep knee bend. He's got ankles and heels, so quite a bit of posability for this little guy. And to get him into combine mode is really easy. You just keep him like he is now, and you swivel this like this, and swivel these out to the side, and you flip his head around 180. Keep that closed for now. And then you swivel this around 180, swivel this to the side, just like that. And then this, you lift this out, and then it goes down on this weird hinge, like that. And basically that's it. And then his foot, oh yeah, his foot also pivots. You can use that for articulation, I suppose. You swivel that up, kind of like on a Combiner Wars limb type joint, but it's only a half of one. And there you go. And that, and then you open up his eye things, and that is his combined mode. And oops, he's a little bit dark, so he might be hard to see, but let's see if we can get a good shot of him. Pretty cool. We'll get him all weapon or limb mode up, and I'll show you. And there he is, all limb mode up. So he looks pretty cool. He's got the same posability as the rest of them. He's got a weird swivel here as well, though, because of that. And you can also use the hip as well. Plus, he's got better working knees than some of them. This guy doesn't seem to be falling apart. This part doesn't seem to be falling apart on him. He's also got a thigh swivel right here, let alone whereas the things connect itself. So, pretty cool. And he's got that peg right here, and you can pull the saw blade out. I believe it will still pull out, or maybe it won't. But all right, let's show you the other mode. All right, so this is Sledge back in his robot mode. So you want to close those up, and you want to extend this, swing that up, and detach this part right here, like that. Then you go up underneath, and these fit up right in there like this. Oh, first you want to flip out the saw blade and spin the head in where the saw blade went, like that. Then you want to flip these up in there like that. And then these go back, and then these all peg together like this. I guess it's on the other side. Yeah, the other side. And the trick is to get it all pegged together and to not make a big mess of things. So you peg kind of starting here, and it's a little tricky to work with it, but you know, eventually you'll figure it out. like that, basically. You just want everything to kind of form together, just like that. And that, my friends, is the combiner. And this guy right here comes out, flips out, and becomes his own little dude. These become feet somehow, or no, maybe it goes like this. Yeah, these flip back down. So let me know what you think of the review. I'll show you a few more points of articulation. This goes like this goes like this. I believe these can, no, those guys stay out straight. He's got the spinning saw blade, he's got this drill, or he's got the shovel here, and he rolls. So, that's my review. Like, comment, subscribe, stay awesome, stay subbed, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace, I'm out. That's a wrap.